Hello.
Hi, welcome to A Lean In. Thanks for joining us. We've got a few things to share with you. Now, Maddie, you know exactly what you're going to say because we have already done this a couple of times thanks to some technical problems with a dodgy SD card and a dodgy microphone. But we know exactly what we're going to say now, don't we?
Yes.
So we've got some Redeemer Kids stuff to share with you. Yesterday, or depending on when you're watching, was our Eldership Sunday. Mm-hmm. So we're so excited to have Matt and Mark join the eldership team. That's so great. And so when you see them next, give them a pat on the shoulder, a handshake, a hug, whatever it might be. Just tell them how pleased you are that they're taking on that role as fathers in the church. Also, though, what have we got coming up, Maddie, in February?
We've got quiz night coming up on Friday, the 21st of February.
Yeah.
Doors open at 7:30 for an 8 o'clock start.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a great time for our church family to come together, but also an opportunity to invite friends. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to see if I can get a bit of a Tots Mindwork quiz group coming along. We're looking for teams of 6. So you can either have decided on a team or you can just sign up and we will allocate you into a team.
Yeah, so we'll send something out for that. We had a really great time last year. It was a lot of fun. Anna and Aaron and Beth, who organised it, some of that. Aaron and Anna are involved again this year in getting it together. I can't remember who won, but we had some great prizes. And so we'd love to see as many of you there as possible. So invite friends, invite family along. It's not just a church thing, but it's a great time just to have some social fun time together. Mm-hmm. And who knows, maybe there'll be a prize for last place. If quizzing isn't your thing, maybe there's even a prize for you. But we're gonna have a great time. So get that in your diary, please. Okay, so we've got a book on the table here.
We do.
Not just any book.
This is the Bible.
The Bible.
Yes, but it is the Biggest Story Bible. So this is a Bible for children telling the whole storyline of the Bible. And they have, the people who came up with the Biggest Story have now written the Biggest Story curriculum, which we are rolling out with our Redeemer Kids. Mm-hmm. So if you have children who are Pathfinders, Adventurers or Element age, so 3 up to 11, they are now have started just 2 weeks ago doing the new curriculum,
Great.
Story curriculum.
So why did we choose this over curriculums we've done in the past?
All the different ones.
Yeah.
So the reason why I really love this one is it is always telling the full storyline of the Bible, but it is making sure that with each story we are looking to Jesus, and it makes it very clear the gospel connection. Yeah, so even if we're doing, Old Testament story, we're thinking, how can we show our children who Jesus is in the story? And with kids' work, there's a temptation, or sometimes even you just fall into the mistake of leaving and you've taught a moral lesson and you feel like the children have come away and they think Christianity or following Jesus is about being good, being kind, obeying their parents, those kind of things. It's a dangerous trap that lots of us fall into. So we are really emphasising who is Jesus over the next 2 years. This curriculum will take us.
That's great. And so maybe you're watching this and you haven't got kids in the kids' work, but it's good to know it's really helpful to know what we're doing, what's going on over this side of the building when we're meeting over the other side. And obviously some of you, or a lot of you, have committed to praying for a year for our children, which thank you so much. Like we've already said, my kids need it. Maddie's kids, they don't need it as much because they're so lovely and angelic.
They will need it.
But we really do appreciate, that's such an important thing and such a positive thing that we're doing, just from various conversations that I've had with people over the last couple of weeks. And so for those people who are watching, parents who are watching, how are they getting involved?
Yes, so you might have already seen the family time emails that have been coming through. You've received 2 already. So the idea is that after a Sunday, I'm sending out an email on a Monday to parents to give you ideas of how to kind of reinforce the message that the children have had on a Sunday morning. So I'll tell you the story that they learnt. I'll tell you what the gospel connection is, and then I'll provide like an activity or maybe a craft that you can find a time as a family to sit down and do together. And so, if there's just one thing that you can do, it's to take some time to emphasise that gospel connection. And, just see, did your children have some questions after the Sunday message? And maybe even, if you've got children in Element and children in Adventurers, for example, they will have had the lesson tweaked for their age, and they hopefully will bring something slightly different to the conversation. So the vision for it is really about getting around the table, finding some time to allow space to talk about these things, invite Jesus in, do an activity that reinforces the story, and take time to talk about Jesus and to pray.
Yeah, and so for us as a family, the big thing is working out when in the week we're doing it. So I really loved last week's activity with the mirror, looking in the mirror, and it's helpful because with Levi and Pathfinders and the other two in Element, hearing what what he brings, takes from a Sunday, like in its basic form, and then what Evelyn and Kayla, and that's then doing a bit of, or then the two older ones teaching the younger one.
Yeah.
It's a really lovely thing knowing they're all doing this, they're all covering the same kind of basic theme.
Yeah.
Even if it's differentiated for their ages. And so if you're, like I said, for us, we're trying to work out when to do it in the week and try and find like a set time so we know, this is when we're going to do this together. But maybe you've already got like a really great devotional routine with your children.
Yeah.
We're not trying to usurp that and say, ditch it, this is where it's at. This is the tool to help you as parents, help your kids to engage if you haven't got other stuff that's going on. And it's just so helpful. And the email looks great, which is helpful as well, and nice and colourful. Yeah. And so you've got to work out when it works for parents, I guess.
Yeah. And I think, we and I definitely just want to encourage you that as you do it, it might not always be perfect. And, sometimes for me and Aidan even, this is a relatively new thing that we've been trying. And there's times when I put a lot of expectation on it, really landing, and for whatever reason it feels like it goes off on a tangent, or the children just aren't that interested. And I just want to encourage all of our families just to be faithful with it, and to believe that God will bless your faithfulness in it, and that it's just little seeds that are sown, and it's as you're starting to create new routines, that don't expect perfection, just
I think that's really helpful. It's not, your kids it's not gonna transform them in a week. They haven't transformed my kids anyway, and so that's really helpful. Don't set the bar so high that you think it's the magic bullet that's gonna fix all of your parenting. But over time we're praying that it will bear fruits for us as a church. So thank you, Maddie, for getting that sorted. So Maddie's been on staff for a term now, so into the second term, having started in September with us, coming on to staff. And so thanks for all you're doing.
You're welcome.
Like I said, I've already asked you to just give Matt and Mark a pat on the back or a hug when you see them. Just let Maddie know when you see her on a Sunday, or if you see her in the week, let her know what a great job she's doing. You can take my word for it as a representative of the staff team if you're not sure. But we really do appreciate everything you're doing. So thank you.
Thank you.
And thanks for joining. Have a great rest of your day or evening or whenever you're watching this, and we'll see you soon.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.